Hi guys, it's me Kyle. This is my beautiful wife Gretchen.
Hello.
And with our special guest, Arya. So today we'll be sharing our baby's birth story and our experience while we were at the hospital.
Alright guys, so it's so nice to be back. We've been gone for a month and we missed vlogging. So yeah, so for today we'll be talking about our baby's birth story, and we just also wanted to share with you guys our experiences while at the hospital. Every single mom is different, every single pregnancy is different, but we just really wanted to share with you guys, our version. So to start off, of course, during my last trimester, I've been getting a doctor's appointment every single week just to get checked. And on May 14th, that's a Friday, that was actually my last checkup. My doctor ordered an ultrasound just so she can check how my baby's doing and where we're at, because she really wanted me to go in labor pretty soon. So yeah, so we had the ultrasound, and apparently my amniotic fluid is kind of low. So that's the reason why my doctor recommended that we should be checked in at the birth center the next day, just so I get monitored, and hopefully we'll be having my labor soon enough so I can give birth. The next day, that's a Saturday, that's May 15, I was asked to go to the birth center already and check in the afternoon. I think it was around 2:30 or 3, something like that.
So by the time that we got to the hospital, I was actually expecting we'd be more fuzzy.
Is that the word? Fuzzy. Parang it'll be quite chaotic kasi...
Or basta sabog. Mukha kami sabog.
Yeah.
Well, I never really expected us to be that chill just going to the hospital. I was thinking there would be more action where I would honk at everyone and then tell them that my wife's pregnant, let me through. But that didn't happen. Well, at least I didn't hit anyone.
We don't want that. Anyway, of course, we checked in at the hospital. I got monitored, and at first, they were just, listening to the baby's heartbeat, my blood pressure and all of that stuff. And then around 3:30, 4ish, we already checked in at our room, like our personal room. So it's a pretty big room, and we pretty much have everything. And this is also the room where I was supposed to give birth. So yeah, during this time, I wasn't really feeling anything yet. I don't think I'm in labor or I'll be in labor anytime soon. Like, I have this big belly and I don't feel anything yet. So my doctor recommended that I get induced that afternoon just so we can get the action going, because she just wanted the baby out already. Kasi nga, my amniotic fluid is kind of low, so it could be a cause for concern. So it was around 5 or 6 p.m. My doctor came and she started doing my medication to get induced. We were really told that we might stay longer in the hospital depending on when I'll be in labor. So yeah, on day 1, I don't know, what did we do? Like, we were just chilling. He brought his laptop, so we were just watching a movie. We were like eating. I have my own food, and we brought some snacks for him that he finished pretty much on
some dog food for me.
Day 1. Day 1 at the hospital. It looks like we might have to stay here at the hospital a little bit longer than expected. So, kasi matagal pala yung process na yun. Pero yun, we're okay. We're safe. Safe naman daw si baby. Heart rate is good. Okay pa ako ngayon. Mamaya hindi na. Yeah, during the night, I wasn't really feeling anything yet. No contractions, nothing. Around midnight, of course, this is already the next day, but like around midnight, Cal was already sleeping during that time, and I started feeling contractions. It was more like, I don't even know how to explain, but it's kind of painful. Like, during that time, it wasn't that bad yet. So during 1:30ish to 2 a.m., I started feeling something different. I was like, oh, here you go.
And the baby was knocking.
Yeah, and she keeps on kicking, and I started feeling I don't really know how to explain it. It's just painful. It started from the back towards my side, and then from then on, I didn't really woke him up during that time because it's not that bad. I can bear it. And then my nurse was checking on me regularly anyway, so I'm good. Up until I hit around 2:30 or 3 a.m., I started having like I would say definitely more painful contractions. And it keeps on going every like 5-10 minutes, which is, I think it's pretty close to each other. He's still on his dreamland. So I didn't bother waking him up. Aww. It was a long morning for me kasi nga ang sakit niya and I couldn't really sleep. But the nurses keep on telling me to try and sleep so that in case I get into active labor, I'm ready. Until it's like 6-7 a.m. already.
Good morning, everyone. Day 2. My wife is tired. And she was up last night since 1, and then around 3 she just started having multiple contractions every 3 to 5 minutes.
Ang sakit.
So this morning, binigyan lang kami ng breakfast ni Chef Ramsay. As you can see, it's all you can eat.
So yeah, we're just waiting and hopefully give birth today na because it's so painful. You don't know how it feels.
Yes, I know how it feels. Para sabi mo, parang maraming tusok-tusok sa likod. Diba yung sabi niya eh. So, inisip ko, pag tinusok ko sa likod, gano'n.
Yeah, kasi yesterday, I keep saying to the doctor, I don't know how it feels yet, so can't really say kung gaano siya kasakit. And then mula nung mga 3 a.m. sabi ko, shucks, ang sakit pala nun. And it's still gonna get worse, so.
My doctor came during that time to check on me. During that time, I think I was just at 2 cm, 3 cm, right?
2.
2? Is it just 2?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, it's just 2 cm. But I'm already feeling those painful contractions. It's pretty sad during that time because I thought the baby's coming soon. I was hopeful that, I'll give birth during that day, but hindi pa. So the whole day, I was just eating, just chilling again, but I'm having contractions here and there. And I was offered laughing gas just for pain. There are times where it's quite painful and they told me to try the laughing gas, which doesn't really make you laugh.
Hindi naman effective eh.
I was like, I don't know, it makes me dizzy. Yeah, it's like after you inhale that gas, it just makes you feel like weird. So the whole day of Sunday, it's just contractions here and there, just relaxing, trying to sleep, trying to rest, both of us.
Sa 80 nga eh.
Ang sakit kaya. Ayun na daw 200.
Baby shark, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, baby shark, doo-doo-doo-doo.
In the afternoon of Sunday, I think it was around 3 o'clock, that's when the other cool nurse came, right? So, she's really nice. She keeps on making me laugh. And she was very eager for me to give birth, like literally, I think, after a couple hours on Sunday. So around 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, she checked on me, where I'm at. She was trying to encourage me and motivate me, get my body to just go on labor. Like, I don't know how that works.
Hinahanap niya yung switch mo eh.
Yeah. And I think when she checked on me, she said I was already 3-4 cm, right? Going 5, sort of, but still 3 to 4 cm. So we're not there yet, but it's improving. So all through the night, we were just, we're just relaxing again, trying to rest. We both walked around the birth center, right? Like we were just walking like in circles, just around the rooms.
So she needed to walk.
Yeah, I just needed to
Because
walk.
walking would help with the labor.
And I sat on the birth ball as well. I really like the birth ball because it relaxes my muscles and parang it takes away the pain on my back as well when I'm sitting on the birth ball with that big belly. So I really love it. I even have it here as well. So we watched the sermon as well in the evening.
Around the world and those who have gone before us.
So
And why does he
painful.
do this? So that you may proclaim.
Ang tagal lumabas ni baby.
Do it every day. In fact, because
Especially in the midnight up until like the early morning of the next day. I keep on having, pain here and there. I couldn't sleep properly, but I can tolerate it with the laughing gas. So far, we're okay, right? Like, we're okay during that night. So that's pretty much the day 2 at the hospital.
Right, so now next day, day 3, Maria came out.
What? So day 3, this is already Monday, that's May 17th. So early morning, I was having crazy contractions again. I would say way more painful than, the last 2 days or 2 nights. We were up early, like around 6-7 a.m. Of course, I got checked by the nurses and During that time, I keep on having really painful contractions, and there was a nurse that was actually monitoring me for like over an hour, I think, just monitoring how many contractions I'm having, you know, how's my baby's heart rate, also my blood pressure. And apparently it keeps on fluctuating. The baby's heart rate was kind of like getting low on some time or in a certain position. Like if I'm laying down to the right, my baby's heart rate was dropping. And then
when she's
if I'm
laying
on
on
the-
her left, baby's happy.
yeah, so we don't really like, we kind of like, oh, what's happening? But I'm starting having like all this, you know, very painful contractions that starts from the back all the way to my lower abdomen. So I started actually worrying during that time because I keep on hearing that the nurse is saying, oh, baby's heart rate is dropping during this position or that, this and that. And then the other thing is, I think around 8 a.m. my water broke. And since my water broke, I kind of panicked because it was way more painful during that time. Like after my water broke, it's just pain. That's all I feel. You know, they called my doctor to see where I'm at with labor. The nurse said that, yeah, definitely during that time I was on active labor. The doctor came, I was really in pain. I keep on trying different positions with the laughing gas, and he was like holding my hand so tightly. Every time I have contractions, we're like, what? It was so painful. Like he told me to squeeze you as hard as I can when I was in pain. And
Kasi hindi naman malakas yung squeezy.
that was my heart. Maybe it's not for you, but it was so painful for me. When my doctor is there, she checked on me. She said I was just on 4 cm still, right? Or 5?
4.
Yeah, I was still apparently on 4 cm. But because my water broke and I have like low amniotic fluids, so
It's time to pull out the baby.
yeah, they're kind of getting concerned. Plus, at the same time, it was just, for me, it was so painful. So because my baby's heart rate was dropping here and there, it's not consistent, but it's kind of dropping. My doctor asked for a second opinion with another doctor. Well, that doctor recommended to have an emergency C-section. The reason for it is just because of, you know, just the baby's heart rate is dropping. We don't really know what's happening. If the baby's distressed, we don't really know what's going on inside. So she was recommending to have a C-section. We really wanted to have a natural birth. During that time, I was in so much pain, so I keep on telling him, yeah, let's just have a C-section because I just want this baby out.
Hindi, habang nag-uusap pa yung doktor, sabi ko, try natin, kaya pa yan.
Yeah.
Padagdagan na naman tubig.
Yeah, he's like literally looking at me like, love, you can do this. Let's try for normal. And I'm like, no, I just can't handle it anymore. It's so painful. I can't do it anymore.
Then we decided, okay.
But at the same time, I was actually getting worried for the baby. And that's also why I wanted just to go with whatever the doctor was saying. During that time, my instinct was just saying, let's just go with the C-section just so we can get the baby out already, because it feels like it just feels like something's wrong. So there you go. We said yes for the C-section. So of course, the nurses prepared me. They were preparing the OR as well. They were feeding him.
Because the nurses told me that some husbands, they faint.
Yeah.
Because they can't bear the blood or even opening someone open. Or
I think our English is so bad today. And then you were also changing.
to change into scrubs.
Yeah, scrubs.
And call myself Dr. Kyle.
You look like a doctor. That actually looked good on you. During that time, literally, I was just praying. I was praying deep inside of me, like, oh, I just really wanted my baby to be safe. I want her out.
I was praying as well while they were preparing
Were
her
you?
inside. I was outside the OR. I was like, amen.
Yeah, kasi initially, ako muna yung pinasok sa OR because they were just preparing me. And then he was just waiting at the door, like outside. And then, you know, once they're ready, they called him. For all of that, before the big event, I was really praying. Like, I was really like telling God, like, please make sure my baby's safe. You know, you just really need to surrender your baby. But it's so hard, especially when you're in a tough situation. It was just so chaotic as well. Like being in the OR and being in that hospital room beforehand. Lots of nurses, 2 doctors, and they're all like chit-chatting and talking about stuff, what to do with me. It's scary. But that day is May 17th. I have this book. It's Jesus Always. It's just an everyday devotion. So every day I read this and pray. And I also post it on my social media. So for those of you who are my friends, you will see that I keep on posting a snapshot of this. It's just nice to share, and a lot of people are blessed by it as well. So that day, the main topic of my devotion is cast your cares on me. And with this, it actually has some verses as well that will remind you, that you really need to surrender everything to God and that includes my daughter. Like, just that whole
Fiasco.
yeah, we just really need to, cast everything to him and do not worry. But yes, let me tell you, it's not really easy to not worry, especially when you're in pain and hearing that your daughter's heart rate is dropping. Pero you just really need to trust God. So anyway, it's just really a reminder to trust God and lift everything up to Him.
He makes all things work together for our good.
Yes. When they brought me to the OR, my eyes were closed and I was still praying and just, really hoping that everything will be great. This is gonna be my first surgery, so I myself, I'm also scared, but I'm more scared for my daughter. And I guess it's really what it is when you have one. when you have one, you really start thinking about them first more than yourself. So now we're at the OR and they let Kyle in. I remember during that time when he came in and he sat by me, I was looking at him and I was like literally teasing him. I was telling him, oh, kala ko ba papatawahin mo ko? But his face is like, he looks like he was gonna faint.
Binubuksan na siya eh. Yun ang pagagawin ko. Tatawa din ba ako pag ako binuksan?
So during that time, I was the one teasing him. Like, I was like telling him, I thought you were really gonna make me laugh. But he was quite serious. He was worried. Like, he...
I was worried as well. I was
you were
shaking
worried.
it.
He couldn't imagine where we're at. Like, he was like, you poor thing. Oh.
No, I was really worried.
Oh. You did not faint though, so good job.
No, why would I faint? And the moment I sat down, after a few seconds, the doctor told me to get up and get my camera.
They started saying, happy birthday, you're out! Like, and I heard the baby crying so loud, and I was just so relieved to hear her. And I mean, I still can't see what's happening. But yeah, they were just saying, happy birthday, happy birthday. They were all happy, doctors, nurses, they're all happy. And of course, I was just filled with joy during that time. And I think for him as well, like all the worries are gone. Like after that moment, it was just so magical. Like after you hear that baby crying, it's so weird that, when you hear the baby crying for the first time, you're happy. They made him cut the umbilical cord, and of course they brought her to me as soon as that's good. And yeah, we had some photos inside the operating room. Like, it's cool how all the nurses and the doctors are saying, hey, take photos, take your first family photo, and everyone's just happy and Alright, so our baby was born on May 17th. That's a Monday.
At 10:01.
In the morning. Yeah. Tumagpa siya ng 1 minute. 10:01.
Ayaw niya daw ng saktong 10. Gusto niya yung 1001.
Yeah. In the end, we're very grateful that we went for the C-section kasi the main reason why my baby's heart rate is dropping is because
the umbilical cord was wrapped around her leg 3 times.
yes.
That means she spun around 3 times.
Yeah. So it could be dangerous, and even if we went with a normal delivery, she's not going to be able to come out. They will still need to open me up either way. So it's good that we went with the C-section because then we didn't have to do that, whole pushing. I mean, thank God she's safe and we went with this.
And then after that, we still had to stay at the hospital for around 2 days just for her to heal and get checked.
And basically that day was also the start of sleepless nights. Especially first-time parents, we don't really know what we were doing, but initially, of course, it was Kyle who was taking care of the baby kasi nga I'm on bed rest and I'm just laying down after the surgery.
So yeah, the nurses taught me how to change her diaper,
Yeah.
give her a bath, and basically just how to do everything.
The nurses at Richmond Hospital are very, they're very helpful and they give you lots of tips. Yeah, so we just had to stay another 2 days, get monitored and checked, but we went home on Wednesday at noon. So here's our baby, and there's Arya as well, being all jealous.
Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Thank you to all of our subscribers.
Look at her jealous dog. Hi Arya.
And Arya wants attention as well.
So thank you so much guys for watching our video. Hopefully you guys liked it, and it was so nice to share our birth story and our experiences at the hospital. And now here's our little bundle of joy. She's already 1 month.
What do you want to say? You trying to say something?
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Okay guys, so please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. And we'll see you guys again on our next vlog. Bye for now.
So for our verse of the day,